Hi, I'm Alex Archbold, and I've been buying and selling antiques since I was 9 years old. From basements to scrapyards, I'll look just about anywhere I can to find lost antiques and collectibles. And sometimes I'll go big and buy everything. With my wife and kids, we run an antique shop in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, filled with some of the most unique items we can find. I never know what's going to happen or who I'm going to meet. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc.
From home, honey.
Well, hello everyone. Today, Melissa and I are headed out to look for some furniture for the new house. Things are progressing. Drupad is away, but while he's away, the mice are playing. Well, let's hope there's no mice in the house. The cat's away, the mice will play while the cat's away, and we are looking for furniture while the HVAC goes in, the electrical goes in. And why are we looking for furniture now? Well, there can be about a 6 to 9 month delay on furniture right now. There's global shortages on all sorts of things. Furniture is one of them. We want to make sure that the couple pieces that we're missing for the house, the furniture that we're missing, we'll have on order now, so it actually shows up hopefully in time for us to move in. So off to look for a couple, I guess we call them occasional chairs or side chairs for the front room. We'll see what we can find. So I guess follow along while we do a little furniture shopping. We'll go and visit the house and show you where they're supposed to go. Hopefully we find something like what we're looking for. So stay tuned for today's episode, and let's go look for some chairs. You testing it out?
Yeah.
That's definitely got more of a mid-century modern kind of look to it. But you're not a big fan of the pattern of fabric.
It's not bad. The shape of the chair is nice.
But will it go for the rest? Or we have a craftsman home. Let's keep looking. I'm imagining, well, we have that picture. Sort of your traditional kind of square style. That's a sofa though, but maybe they have side chairs that are similar to this. Christmas decor is out. Look at the fluffy pillow. Abigail would love that.
Oh yeah.
Abigail loves everything kind of furry and soft like that. I don't think we can sit on those.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
As is section. Well, that's a pretty big reduction. It's like $1,000 off. Because somebody died on it. No, who? Melissa can't unsee. She thinks it looks like a face. Hello. And so she thinks it looks like a hippopotamus face. And so now we're looking for couches that don't remind her of hippopotamus. I don't know how we're gonna get past that because it's just a cushion, but I guess we'll keep on looking. Let's go to the next stop. Stop number one had some possibilities.
Yeah.
The couches were better, I think, than the side chairs.
Yeah.
So, but we're on a mission to try and find a nice side chair. I want it to be kind of comfy so you can put your feet up there, and that mid-century one was neat looking, but you said it wasn't too comfy.
Wasn't super comfy. A comfy no.
Okay, well, let's see if stop number two has any more promise. Let's go in. Look at this, it's like a circular sitting pod, like a sitting modular station. I said podular, like I invented a word just now. That's a little too big, but they have a pretty good variety here, so yeah, maybe there'll be something that'll work for us. We do also need a table of some kind to go in between. That's a little bit more industrial than we're looking for, but keep our eyes open. Look, they randomly have a giant foot. So you could look at it and just think of feet all day long. It's a sandal. You could get some bright red nail polish and do it up. Home decor. It's a $500 foot. Well, this one looks nice and cozy, but it's a little too big. It's almost like the size of a sofa. If it was just a little bit smaller, it might be a contender, but keep looking. Okay, this has to be about the most extreme home decor I think I've ever seen. This train, Melissa, you gotta come stand next to it so they can see how big it is.
Maybe I'm just tiny.
No, it's huge.
Yeah.
It looks like a ride-on train. It's $5,000, but it comes with this giant length of track. And maybe the trestle too.
And it's all metal.
Yeah, it's all metal. They must have. I mean, what a neat thing. It's pretty cool. It is cool. I've sold toy trains before that were that price. That's really, really neat. We finally found one that we like. It's comfortable. This is just a display model, so that natural Lee is just talking about what the cushion is like. They've got all the different models. So we like it. We're like, well, that's not bad. And you can pick out whatever type of fabric you want. The problem is they range from $1,000 to $2,500 a chair. And for an occasional chair, that's a lot of dough. So we're gonna go check out some other options. We do like that one. At least we found something that's nice, but the price point is not on target. We'll keep looking. Okay, how comfy is that one?
This one's comfy. This is actually way comfier than I thought it was going to
And
be.
of course at IKEA, it's not 2,000 bucks like the other one, it's 249.
Yep.
We just have to figure out what color we like, but that might do the trick.
It's comfy. This one feels nice.
Okay, well, after all that furniture shopping with Melissa, we ended up deciding to go with the IKEA chairs, mainly because of budget. It's going to do exactly what we need it to do. It's going to, you know, be a couple occasional chairs that are comfy, and the price was right. So for the price of 2 IKEA chairs and a footstool and a table, that's still less than half the cost of even almost one of those other chairs at the other store. So it worked out pretty well. But now we're going to go to our house. The house is under construction, see how the progress is, bring the kids so they can see the property, and I might make a little pit stop at the abandoned property along the way. So next stop, mystery abandoned property, I think, and then our house. I've been driving by this abandoned property for a little while now, and I've been meaning to stop and have a look because very soon it will be amalgamated into a neighborhood and torn down, and whatever's here is gonna be long gone. So I thought, well, heck, let's do a little walk around and see what's here before this little memory is erased for good. What's left of a farm and what's soon to be a neighborhood. So the development is going to come right through here. This will be residential before long as these farm areas get sort of developed. It's a bit of a granary here. There's still a cockshut tractor here. Combine. Looks like nobody's been in this in a while. Maybe watch where I step, because I think this is the old scrap pile here. Look at that. Got parked here years ago, and let's see if I can climb up the ladder and see what's left of it. Okay. In the cabin of the tractor, you've got your forward, reverse, speedometer. I don't think you're gonna be going too fast in this thing, but you do have to actually get pretty good at driving a certain speed, doing your rows right. Look at all the gauges are still here. Yeah, steering wheel still works. Pedals aren't completely frozen. So remnants of the old harvest in there. So that's kind of cool. You can see there might be a part of an old house over there. Let's crawl over and have a look. Lots of trash strewn about. Don't think that was a house. That was probably a little granary or something. The shake roof. Old couches, appliances. See if I can get around to that side without too much effort. There's a bit of a path going down this way. There's a creek down here, and I saw from the road last time I drove by that it looked like the roof of a car down in the creek. Oh yeah, this is an old property. Look, that was a log building. There was a log structure, house or barn here. Where was it? There it is, down there. Looks like an old, maybe a Plymouth or something. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get down there. It's actually fairly steep. So I'm gonna try and very gently crawl my way down. Ooh, and not hit the other piles of steel that are around here. Okay. All right, I'm down the path, getting closer to the car. Be careful because I don't know where this creek starts and stops. It's not a very deep creek, but I don't want to be up the creek. I'm guessing that car used to live up that hill by the barn, and somebody came out here and thought they'd be funny or take it for its last thrill ride down the hill. Actually, is this a little, what is this? It looks maybe an old Ford. Round tail lights, kind of a giveaway. Remnants of the steering wheel. Too bad it wasn't a 1960 Plymouth. I could have used door panels and stuff off it. Yeah, this has got to be like 53 Ford, something like that maybe. Not much under the hood. You know, it's surprising to me that, you know, you find these abandoned cars and sometimes the tires are actually still holding air. That might actually still take air. Check that out. Bullet holes. Someone was doing target practice on it. The engine's long gone. Gets great mileage. Hasn't used a tank of gas in 50 years. Still has most of the bumper and grill and everything on it. I'm actually going to stop and get a picture of it. It's kind of scenic, just the way this is. Okay. It's buried pretty deep in the dirt here. I'm guessing it's been down here a while. Probably doesn't help that the car is sitting basically at the bank of a little creek. So all the runoff probably makes it very, I don't know if you can see the creek. Can't really see it. There's a bit of a creek down here. This ground is probably very soft. Somebody took the door handles off. Makes you wonder what the story of this is. I'm gonna check the trunk. See if there's anything left in the old trunk. Oh, she's locked up. But I think I could see through the back that there's not a lot in there. A couple little spare parts and stuff. Well, there's a car. Okay, I'm gonna work my way back up that hill and check out that building before I go. I think I've always been kind of fascinated with abandoned stuff since I was a kid. My dad and I used to stop and poke through old buildings and stuff just to see what was going on, and this is going to be gone very soon. Like I said, this land is being turned into housing development before too long, so that car will be hauled out of here and scrapped. These buildings, well, they've already knocked themselves down but they'll be gone for good. So it's just a little glimpse of what once was, and pretty soon this will be a whole neighborhood here. Nobody will really know that this was here. You know, following this little path here, I have no idea, like when you find a big hill like this, these are all thistles. There's probably something underneath this hill, like the chassis of a car or something. So they must have had animals in here at one point, because I can see a trough in there for the water for the animals. Probably was an okay sized barn. I imagine the wind whipping up the hill contributed to it falling over. Rusty old barrel. Not much left of this property. Let's see if I can get out of here. This is one of the only buildings left that still kind of looks like a building. And a garage sale sign. Don't think there's much left here to sell. Looks like maybe local kids have been coming out here to party. Tim Hortons cup over there. Random dishwasher that's been scrapped. This must have been for chickens. This must be, maybe this was a chicken coop. So I see the little entrance there. You see it? That looks like you would have your chickens inside. And they must have had a little wired off area over here that they could come out and get some fresh air. So I'm gonna think that that was maybe a chicken coop. That's what I'd like to think. And I would imagine that the granary is still the granary. Well, I'm gonna head out. Kind of neat to find the car though. Not much else going on around here. Well, enough fooling around with other people's abandoned houses. Time to come visit my abandoned house. Well, I guess it's not abandoned, we just don't live in it yet. Home sweet future home. Okay, I can see they are starting to dig away the window wells. Get the barriers in. And these windows have to be a certain height for egress. But I want to imagine where those couches are going to go, so I'm going to go have a look inside. This is the sitting area at the front of the house. So there will be a big door. That's just a temporary door. There's going to be a big door that goes in there. And we wanted to put those two chairs right there and right there with a little table in between. In fact, we found this picture online, which I'll post. I'll put right there, this picture. That's how we kind of want this area to look. And I think we can achieve that. We'll have, you know, tall curtains coming down. We'll have the chairs in place. It'll be just a nice spot to sit and read a book. This was kind of the only area that we didn't have the furniture already for this space. And I guess maybe we'll do a little area rug or something. Piano off to the side. Just a nice little place to come in and kind of, you know, relax. And as for the rest of the house, I think we have most of the furniture that needs to go in here already. The couch that I have in our upstairs, the leather couch, is going to go there with a little armchair. Our dining room table. I can feel it all starting to come together. But what I haven't done is had a look in the basement lately. In the basement, they have been busy working away, getting all the framing in. So now, when we come downstairs, you come down the steps, there's a floor here, and the guys have been super quick about getting the framing done. We've got a little hallway. We've got the hallway done here. And there's only one change. Okay, you go down the hallway, you hang a corner. There's gonna be a bathroom right there. The linen closet off to the side. Stephen's room, which is a nice size and definitely big enough for him to have his bed as well as a desk, maybe even a little chair or couch in here. And we've given Stephen a walk-in closet. So he'll have his own walk-in closet down here with a window. I think it should be a good space for him. Basically have his own little bachelor pad in the basement. One thing that did want to change though is that they roughed in this wall and they built kind of little storage space down here, which is great because this would be perfect for like our Christmas decorations or just random storage. But they were going to frame in sort of a little door. And we said, well, heck, why would we do a little door around the corner? Let's just do a proper full-size door right on this wall here so that we can not worry about bumping our heads and stuff as we go through. So they're gonna come back and reframe that so it is a proper size door, but that'll give us a little bit more space underneath the stairs for storage. As for the rest of the basement, well, it's just gonna be storage right now. This will be like a future rec room. It's big enough for a pool table down here. Not that we'll get one, but I mean, this would be a good rec room space. And then you continue down the hallway and that's your mechanical room right over here. So we've got your mechanical space back here with the hot water tank, lots of room. Good size breaker, so if we do tie in solar, we should be just fine, and I guess this would be storage. But, good size basement. And we didn't just get windows, we got fancy windows. But all this framing happened basically about a day or so after they poured. The concrete guys were here getting the drains uncovered for the bathroom, and they were shocked to see that they already did framing. But it sets up fast, and you can basically start getting things in place. One other thing I have to think of is what artwork is going to go above the fireplace. So we've added a lot of windows in this house. So many windows, in fact, that there's not as much room for art as we have even in our current home. But that's okay, because we'll have a few special pieces. We've got a wall here that art can go on off of over in the sitting room above the fireplace. We don't need to overdo it, but we're gonna have to start thinking about something fun and colorful and sort of beach inspired, because we are kind of going for that cottagey country home kind of feel. So we do have to think about what that artwork's going to look like at some point. But it's getting all these little things in place and all these little, you know, T's crossed and I's dotted now, so that when we do move in, we're not living in a half-finished house or a house that doesn't have furniture or a house that doesn't have artwork. We want to make sure we've got everything ready to go and we're planful enough that it's all here at the right time. Our contractors aren't the only ones that have to think ahead. We do too. Not much has changed in the upstairs. I do have to ask though, these inset sort of walls, these niche walls, I believe are going to have a little sort of build out underneath so that you can place stuff on top. That is where we have some artwork, one of Mary's pieces of pottery that we kept behind, and some other things that are important to us are going to go featured on this art wall. Windows are all in and closed, and very soon HVAC, electrical is happening all this coming week. Once that's done, then it's insulation. You can start thinking about drywall. It'll really start to feel more, well, warm for starters, but also a little bit more closed off and well, better insulated. I love this staircase. So we did it so you can kind of descend. I love the idea that, you know, from every spot that you're coming down, if somebody's walking in and you've been upstairs and, you know, you get to greet somebody every time. Hello, how are you? Welcome, come on in. It's a nice, friendly sort of feeling staircase. Love it. As for the garage, lines are cut, and the guys have been giving it a bit of a polish in here. If you ever wonder how concrete gets super smooth and flat, they use these things look like a giant bayou fan from the back of a boat. But they spin around and they kind of scrape the abnormalities off the surface, and they work it all the way around until it's perfectly smooth, so you get that nice finish. I might end up doing epoxy or something like that in here before we, you know, completely finish it, but we'll have to see what the budget allows for. But that would be certainly nice to have a nice resin epoxy kind of floor in here. But back door is on, windows are in, and we're getting lots of nice sunlight through the front. It is just shaping up swimmingly. And here we are, almost the middle of November, and there's no snow yet. In fact, it's 8 degrees Celsius today for Canada for where I am. That's actually pretty unusual to have nice warm weather like that in November. Normally there's snow all over the place. So quite glad that we've got some good weather. So a little bit of an update today, doing a little furniture shopping, trying to get some ideas for the interior finishes and touches, and well, I guess I'll have an update soon once the HVAC and electrical starts going in. But the house has been moving along lickety split. I hope it continues to move along just as well in DrewPad's absence. But all of the important stuff, ooh, it's sunny. All the important stuff that needed to get done before we hit winter are getting done and completed. So thanks for watching today's update video, guys. Stay tuned for more as we go through building our dream house, our dream property. So we'll see y'all soon. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, bye for now.